Good evening, everyone, and happy Wednesday. It's the day you've been waiting for. I know most of us say TGIF, but I know there are a few of you out there that say TGIW. Time to learn what's new, what's happening in the Paper Crafters Workshop. I've got some fun stuff to share with you, some sneaky peekies to talk to you about, some hints and things to tell you about as well. And I'm just realizing there's something else I also didn't print out to have ready for you, so you may have to deal with my sloppy copy. Just writing myself a note so I don't forget. How's everyone today? I know the day started off a little bit rainy, a little bit gray, but it certainly turned out to be absolutely gorgeous day, and hopefully the week will continue. Unfortunately, I know when the weather is great, we're not necessarily crafting as much, but hopefully you're out there making memories, getting inspiration from all of the beautiful flowers and gardens and landscapes and things that are out there. Our pool got opened yesterday, so I know I'm super inspired by the tranquility of the blue water, or almost blue water.
Cloudy
It's a little bit cloudy right now, but I have no doubt whatsoever it's going to get nice and blue and shiny. My backyard is my summer oasis, so I am looking forward to spending some time out there. All right, so we've got lots of people joining in. Hello, and good evening. You guys know the drill. Papercraftersworkshop.ca. Go and check out the new arrivals, but wait until I'm done, because I'm gonna give you the insight, the scoop, the up close and personal. And while we're talking about colors, I think I'm going to continue on from where I was last night. If you caught my learning live last night, we were playing with 49 and market stuff. So you got a sneak peek of that gardenia. And I'm going to bring that out to start with. We did not bring home all the things. If you know 49 and market, you know that there is a lot of stuff in each line. Definitely check out those ultimate page kits and cluster kits and card kits that I showed last night. But if you just like pretty paper, then this is for you. So gardenia is part of the, Janine and Katie kind of have different overall lines. There's the vintage artistry. There's the, I think they're called collectors. And then there is the spectrum. So this is the second, let's call it, chapter in the spectrum line. We had Spectrum Sherbet last year. Now we have Spectrum Gardenia. It is a beautiful, stunning, amazing rainbow of colors. We don't have enough time to go through each one tonight, but go and check them out. We do have these in single sheets as well as collection packs. This is the classics. So lots and lots of great rainbow paper here. And look, my nails match. Next, we have the foundations. So this has some really cool, just kind of almost faux mixed media patterns. These ones here with the circle focal points are always very popular as well. Again, beautiful rainbow colors. And then there is the solids, which is a little bit more solid on one side and more of this
not so solid.
Not so solid. Thank you, Matt. I was going to say splotchy. That's not a very attractive word, though. But even the solid side has more of that almost watercolory or mixed media look to it. And it's kind of interesting that they have brought in white and black as part of this rainbow line. I've got something else to share with you. One thing I was always taught is that everything should have a little bit of black from a grounding perspective. So it's kind of interesting that they have brought this right into the collection. Lots of rub-ons. And, you know, maybe I feel like maybe we did talk about this before. The rub-ins came in a little bit late. There's this really fun black and white one, which will go beautifully over top of all of these beautiful colors. And if you don't want to use the 49 and market paper, well, use your own colors to create your own beautiful backgrounds. and put these are the sentiments in the 12 by 12. There is the butterfly flight, all the rainbows, lots of purple. And then there is just this is just called gardenia rub-ons. This is your more traditional with the flowers and the butterflies. And this is what I used on some of my projects last night. There are 2 6x6 paper pads.
6 by 8.
There, did I say 6x8 or
No.
6x6?
You said 6 by 6.
Sorry, they are 6x8. As you can tell, they are not square. There is the Classics Collection Pack, which has your pattern papers that matches the 12 by 12. And then there is the painted foundations. So not the solids pack. I feel like maybe there was a solids pack as well on the 6x8. No, Matt's shaking his head, and he knows better than I do. So 2 6x8 pads, 28 sheets in total, and they both have what they call a fussy cut element paper. That's on the back of this advertising sheet. So don't throw that out when you open up the pack. There is rub-ons, and more rub-ons. So I showed you the 12 by 12. These are the 6 by 8. So they have words, they have little collage words. They've got some great graphic elements to it. And then this one's really cool. I'll bring it up as close as I can. These are all stitching, faux stitching, so that you can create kind of like that stitched or sewn on look. We have the botanicals, which is foliage, and it looks like there's a sheet in each color family. And then there is just leaves. And I love the leaves. I think those are really beautiful, and they create a really subtle accent to your background. So there's that leaves one in the green, the blue, the purple, the pink, the red, and the orange. Flip this one over here so you can see it as well. Again, 1 page kind of per color family. And then here are your, what do they call them? Extras. I was going to say essentials, but they're extras. I'm going to come back to this one. Laser cuts.
There's more. But
There are more. There are also more coming. If you, by the time you get to the website, they're sold out. Gardenia leaves. And to go along with those extras in the rub-ons, these are called essential laser elements. So you've got some little faux crocheted bits, you've got tabs, you've got some film strips, you've got all these cute little heart-shaped buttons that look like they have string through them. These are all laser cuts, so they're not actual buttons, but you just put them on a little bit of foam tape and you are good to go. And then the last element I'm going to share with you for a very, very colorful line, it's kind of interesting that they went with black and white for the film strips. So what this means to me is you want to stock up on these because they're going to go with anything. This is your very traditional, like this is what a film strip would traditionally look like, is this black and white kind of format. And you get a whole selection of these acetate film strips to play with. We didn't show them here, but we have the acetate leaves, I believe, with this one. And lots and lots and lots of other goodies.
Lots of stuff.
So you're just going to have to go to the website and either look under new arrivals. You can search by brand under 49 and market. I believe it's the word spelled out, not the ampersand. Or you can simply go and type in Gardenia, Garden IA, and you will find all of those. Now, along with this line, along with the Gardenia line, there were 2 brand new color swatch lines. These are mini lines that are all themed around one color. And I mean, I think you can tell which one is the favorite in the store, and that is lavender. I distinctly remember getting a text from Darlene as soon as she saw it get advertised by Katie and absolutely lost her mind. Beautiful, beautiful purples with some subtle backgrounds and subtle patterns, a little bit of flowers to go with it. And then we have ocean. I was talking about my blue pool. This would go perfectly with this. It's a very, very soft. I don't want to quite say teal or turquoise. It does definitely have a blue feel to it, but absolutely like a summer sky. That's probably that. I know they call it ocean, but I would call it summer sky. To go along with these, once again, there is a 6x8 for each color family. And once again, all the things. Now, because this is color swatch, the line is smaller. There aren't quite as many elements as there are in Gardenia, but you can go and check it out. Lavender and Ocean. So we have the collage sheets, which have been really popular, especially since they come in this really nice little envelope. We've got frames. We've got envelope bits. Here's where the acetate leaves come in. And I mean, that is just, it's so stunning. It's probably not translating well on the camera, but super stunning acetate leaves and butterflies. Once again, in both those colors. Film strips. And you know what? If you like these colors, but maybe it's too much of one color for you, then by all means, mix and match it with the Gardenia. These are designed to go together, to work together. Rub-ons. One thing I will note, because I know you're going to go to the website and I know you're going to look for it. We do have the lavender laser cuts. However, there was an oops, and the Ocean laser cuts did not get ordered. Trust me when I say they have now been ordered. They are in processing as we speak, and we hope to have them next week. If you would like the Ocean laser cuts, please just send us an email. Customer service at craftersworkshop.ca and ask to be put on the wait list for the Ocean laser cuts. We already have a few people on the list, but let us know you want it and we will let you know when it arrives. And last but not least, we have our little ticket sets. So in these boxes, let's get this one open without ripping it. There is a large roll of tickets and 2 smaller rolls of tickets. So lots and lots and lots and lots of tickets to play with. And what I like about these lighter ones is if they are a little bit too light for you, or maybe you have a project where you want to do a slightly different color tone, you can ink these. So you can ink a darker blue, you can ink a purple, you could even just use a gray and change the tonality of these. So don't feel married to these colors exactly. You can absolutely switch them up and make them work for your project. And like I was showing last night, tear them apart, use them in bits, tear off the tops. There's no rule that says you have to use them intact the way they come out of the box. So that is brand new stuff from 49 and Market that we did not have a chance to show you last week because we weren't here. Okay, next up. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. We are going to go see our friends at Spellbinders. Now, speaking of Spellbinders, did you see our announcement? Did you see the video on Monday? We have a brand new class from BB Cameron. We don't have anything set up. We've just been running like gangbusters this week. But there is a brand new Snowflake class from BB Cameron. So make sure you go and check that out. If you go right to our homepage, there is a banner right at the top of the page. Click on it and you will get all the details. So while we're on Spellbinders, we've had...
Take it back. Calm down.
I'm good. We've got some new foil. We have also restocked on some of our favorite colors. So we've got a nice full selection of glimmer foils. Who here took the Glimmer Live class? If you took the Glimmer Live class, put your hand up, put a thumbs up, give some hearts. My iPad is frozen, so Matt, you'll have to tell me if people are responding. And if you liked it, or if you have feedback, then definitely let us know. Spellbinders is considering doing more classes like that one, and we would absolutely love to have your feedback. But if you are already glimmering, then we've got lots of great new colors in the store. Speaking of the Glimmer Live class, I believe that Kim did some foiling on envelopes. So we brought in a few of the brushed envelopes that she was using. There's brushed gold. And these are an A2 size. You get 10 in the pack. I kind of wish I could flip it over and show you what the colors were. So this one is gold. And this one actually will go nicely with the gold brushed cardstock that we are thrilled to have back in stock. It's been a little while, but it is absolutely beautiful. It's probably my favorite metallic paper. There is, I'll skip to the black envelopes, A2, which also match, surprise, surprise, the black brushed cardstock. And then, because navy is one of my favorite colors, we have navy brushed envelopes. Now, there is no matching cardstock for the navy envelopes, but there is white brushed or there is the silver brushed cardstock that it would still pair nicely with and create a really stunning, classic, very sophisticated kind of look. All right, what else have we got here? Well, we've got a new tool or set of tools.
Oh,
New little blending brushes. Now, you guys have been loving the sets from Pinkfresh. These are similar in function. So let me turn them sideways here. They are a very fine detail blending brush that have 3 different diameters, so they're a little bit more for your detail blending. Spellbinders recently came out with some layered stencils with a great big sentiment on it, and this would be ideal because those layered stencils, you want to kind of target certain areas with certain colors, and this would give you ultimate detail. Where I really love these is the length of the handle. So with the Pinkfresh ones, they kind of end about here.
if that.
The Spellbinders ones are longer by about a third. And for someone like me that has big fat fingers and chunky hands, I prefer the longer handle. It's a little bit easier to hold and easier to work with, but that's just me. You do you. If you like the Pinkfresh, then go and grab the Pinkfresh ones. The little baby ones from Pinkfresh are finally back in stock at our supplier, so we hope to have a restock on those from in our next shipment. But you know what? I also suggest giving the Spellbinders ones a try. They come in the 3-pack. Okay, and now for some great springy Spellbinders awesomeness. I'm just trying to get a grasp here on what I've got here in my little pile. So we have some flowers from our friend Simon Hurley. And I really must say that the Simon Hurley stuff is really, really exciting. If you like flowers, they are not they're not when I hear Simon Hurley, this is not the style I think of, but man, they are pretty. So some little black-eyed Susans, some great foliage here, simple layering. There's not a lot to them, but enough that it makes them very, very impactful. And then there is this beautiful daffodil, and it is actually a frame. So you've got your base layer, you've got an outer layer, and then you've got some detail layers to go on top of it. And you certainly can't have flowers without somewhere to put them. So these ceramic vases are really fun. And what I thought was really cool is they have these patterns or detail elements to them that will just emboss into the paper instead of cutting. So you don't just get a plain boss that you then have to put through an embossing folder or do techniques with it. It's already got the technique built in. Now, if you don't want the pattern, the die is a shadow layer, so you can just take the pattern out and just cut the shape and do your own thing. That's predominantly, I would think, if you were using pattern paper, you might just want the shape and not the actual embossed pattern. But man, super, super cool. Really fun stuff from Simon Hurley. And last but not least from Simon, we have a zigzag chevron cover plate. And once again, you've got the detail layer. You do have a die for the outside. Personally, I don't know that I would just use the rectangle. I would always put the chevron with it, but it's really fun. And if you can see from the picture here, if you cut 2, one in one color, one in another color, you can reverse them and overlap and create that really, really cool chevron pattern. Now, this is the pattern that we saw Simon using at the trade show, and was really interesting to see him work with it. And I put in the request to have this chevron as a hot foil plate. So who knows, maybe that will come in the future. So new goodies from Simon. Simon Says, no, Simon Hurley. And we've got other stuff too. Okay, just some simple stuff. So here's a new essential shape. This one is called Hexy Gems. So it looks a little bit more like a gemstone. And there is a hot foil plate to match. I believe this was in your Glimmer Live kit. So if you took the Glimmer Live, you probably already have the hot foil. Can't remember now. My memory is not working for me. So if you didn't get the die, you can now get it. Some of the other things that we've seen lots of great samples on are these Glimmer sentiments. These are large sentiments that cover a whole 3x4 kind of panel. Buy me craft supplies and call me pretty. Can you really ask for anything else? This would certainly make for a happy day. Best wishes on your birthday. This card is full of hugs and a giant thank you. So these are solid enough that they will have a really nice finish when you hot foil them, but not so solid like these guys that you have to really get the process down first. I think these would be super easy to use. You crank out a whole bunch in a bunch of colors and just have them set aside and ready to go when you're card making. And before you know it, you've got a whole bunch of great cards ready to go. All right, there is a new embossing folder. This one is a 3D embossing folder. It is called Origami Folds.
No, it's not new. It's a restock.
Oh, Matt says it's a restock.
But it's from last year.
But it's still cool. So if you don't have it already, maybe this is the time to get it. And you know what? This would look stunning in the brushed cardstock. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, we've got some more hot foils. So these are Hexy Gem sentiments. And so it's got the banners that you can cut out. It's got great little sentiments. Happy birthday, thinking you, in a really nice, clean, classic font. And then we've got modern stripes. This is 3 different plates. 1, 2, 3, each one getting thicker. So you've got detail pinstripes, you've got mid-weight, and then you've got a nice bold. And personally, I think this looks awesome, all 3 together. So I just might do them all 3 together on one card and make a really cool background. And then this was one of Darlene's big excitement ones, Stitched Kaleidoscope Hexy Gem. It's kind of cool. You've got different panels here that you can do the layering on, and then you just double it up to create a top and a bottom to match that Hexy Gem shape wherever I put it. And I'm sure she just took it home today, so I'm sure she's going to have all kinds of awesome samples to share with us as well. And then last but not least, there is Annie Williams' new release called Welcome. And it's got some really fun stuff. Let me find all the bits and then we'll bring them close up. So if you like farmhouse style things, if you like florals and rusticness and all kinds of outdoorsy goodness, then this is a great line for you to consider. So this one is called Rustic Garden. And if you flip it over, you've got the planks to build your own gate or your own fence. And it's got that embossed, see if I can, there we go, that embossed wood grain kind of look. You've got the barrel, you've got the wheel, you've got the pump, and you've got a little birdhouse in here to create a really beautiful little farmhouse style scene. And then option B is the country wheelbarrow, which has some really cute little bits. The wheel goes with the spokes and you can cut it all at once. You've got some great little wood grains here. This is the axle to hold the wheel in place. And I'm sure Spellbinders is going to have some great little videos on this guy. And last but not least, we do have the welcome sign. So we've got some really great foundational pieces. And this one is neat because it's got that little oval here that you can mix and match. So there's a snowflake, there's a leaf, there's a flower, like a tulip, like a spring flower, and then more of a summer flower. There's a leaf, there's the sunburst. So you can really customize your sign to whatever you want. This would be fabulous for someone who maybe has a new home or they're moving. or even maybe your favorite shop owner might want a little card with their shop sign on it. Now, to go along with these foundational pieces, you need your flowers, you need your foliage. A lot of the other ones, I mean, these ones are a little bit smaller, but on the Be Bold blooms, for example, or the Christmas blooms that we've had in the past, there are a lot of smaller flowers that you can use with it. This set here has the tulip. It's got some hostas. It's got some just flowers on leaves, some great little winter. And then there's a kitty cat. And what's kind of interesting, because I think we've shown you before the truck, the rear view of the truck from Hero Arts, they had a puppy. This one has a kitty. You can mix and match to your heart's desire.
Weird.
Matt says it's weird, but we just think he's weird. So, that's how it goes. Last but not least, there is the seasonal decor die. We've got pumpkins. We've got ribboned wood logs. We've got Easter egg. We've got presents. And if you change the color, that could be a birthday present. And then it's got some cool garden stuff like peppers and carrots and tomatoes and a gourd and a green pepper and a 4-leaf clover. So imagine if you took some of these elements and put them in your wheelbarrow or put them around your barrel in the backyard. Lots and lots of fun there. So tons of new goodness from Spellbinders. And they're super cool and super versatile. I mean, you could be using these for days. All right, so that's from Spellbinders. What is next? Let's take a product break and let's talk a little bit about classes. So I'm going to have a few things to show, a few things to talk about. So just bear with me. Two new classes that we are working on. They are not in the system yet. They will be in the newsletter tomorrow and they will be live on the site. So check back with us tomorrow, but I could not miss this opportunity to share the actual projects with you. So this is a mini brag book that Chris is going to be teaching in June. Look at the newsletter tomorrow for the date because, again, my memory is not what it used to be, but it is a beautiful little mini brag book that she has created that she's going to walk you through, including some great techniques to stitch pages together, some easy ways to make your signatures and just add little bits of basic color and basic elements to your pages. Oops, sorry, I'll come down just a little bit. But a really, really adorable little brag book, perfect for, if you've got graduating kids, you want to brag about them. This would make a great little mini album for wedding photos, maybe for the mother of the bride or even the grandmother of the bride or the groom, either way. But it's a really darling little book. So this is a class that Chris will be teaching in June. Look tomorrow in the newsletter for details. And then I have put together a watercolor type class. Let me start with the main one. So we're going to be learning some watercolor techniques with a floral die cut set. Now, I don't have a date picked for this one yet. When I get it set up in the system, I will pick a date. But part of the challenge we have is we just ordered that die set. So I do want to make sure that it gets in our hands before I and make sure I give enough time for that product to get here. But this is a beautiful die set that is designed by Alexis Trimble from Sizzix. You may remember Alexis taught a class for us maybe a year and a half ago, and she loves everything floral. So I was really excited to take a class with her and then take her ideas and expand it so that it is a class for you. So we'll be making 3 cards. This is one of them. This is another one. And we'll be doing some watercolor techniques. This is all using distress ink, so super easy. You don't need any other real special things. And then there is this one, so we incorporate a fun fold. This is called a flying seagull card. As you can tell, it's flying away. But these 3 cards will be featured in that class. So look for those to be in the newsletter tomorrow. And I'm going to bring this in. This is not a class, but this is a sneak peek because Deanna is going to be back with us. or I guess we'll be back with her. So July 8th is Deanna's next vintage card class using this brand new paper line from Simple Stories. She will be doing a live video for us on Tuesday. We have not set a time yet, so watch for details. But Tuesday, May 30th, she's going to take over our Facebook page, show you all the things, and registration will be open at that point. And then last but not least, and again, I'm not as prepared as I should be, but there's going to be another special announcement on Monday. I am working with 3 of our sister stores in Ontario. We've got Stamplicity, Brenda and her team. We've got Glitter and Ink from with Liette, and the Scrapbook Shop in Listowel. Sorry, Glitter and Ink is in Belleville, and Alana is in Listowel with the Scrapbook Shop. And I want you to go and find the Great Ontario Shop Hop Facebook page. And I will make sure that, or Matt's typing it in right now, and I will make sure that it is in the newsletter tomorrow. Here, let me write it out for you as well. Great Ontario.
It's on a banner up there.
Oh, he's already got it. So you don't need to see my crappy old handwriting. We're going to be doing an announcement at noon on Monday, May 29th. So if you want to learn more about what this Great Ontario Shop Hop is all about, go and find that Facebook page. After this video, I will also go and put the link in the comments so you can find it, or look in the newsletter tomorrow. Go and like that page. That's where the action is going to start, and you're going to want to tune in for that. We talked about the BB Cameron class. Some more classes are coming. More classes are coming. You don't even know half of what's going on behind the scenes. We have so many amazing things that are in various stages of development. So keep tuning in here. Keep tuning into the Facebook page. Keep tuning into the newsletter for all the scoop. Okay. 2 more things to show you. 2 more sets of things to show you. Let me get these beautiful things out of the way. And we've done a lot of pretty stuff tonight. Now I'm going to talk to you about foundations. So Prism Studio is a private label brand from one of our distributors. We've had some of their goodies in already. We've had their blending brushes. We've got their acrylic blocks. We have their tool tray. Well, they just keep hitting it out of the park and bringing new things in. So for our card makers, we have some new card bases. For right now, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, they're only in white, correct?
Yes.
So far they are only in white. But those of you who want bigger format, well, sorry, first of all, this is your A2. This is your standard. There's 10 cards and 10 envelopes in that white paper.
Not gum.
I was just reading the back. These ungummed envelopes are perfect for card makers as they can be easily unfolded and refolded to insert layered embellished cards. They can be sealed with double-sided tape or a wax seal, or a sticker, or washi tape, or anything else you want to use to stick this together. So this is the A2 size. But if you are looking for larger format, and I know there are many of you that like the 5x7, and it's not just cards, it's cards and envelopes. So you don't have to go looking for envelopes to fit. 10 cards, 10 envelopes in 5x7, and 6x6. So hard to find. They are now in store. So all my card makers, be happy for these great card bases. I do hope they will be coming out with some more colors, but in the meantime, white can be embellished in so many amazing ways. While we're talking cardstock, we had our card bases. Well, now we also have bulk packs of cardstock, 12x12. So talked about our card makers. This is for our scrapbookers. We have white and black. White and black, 12x12, 25 sheets per pack, all one color. We have smooth and we have textured in both those. So you may see 4 packs here, but 2 black, 2 white, smooth and textured 12 by 12 bulk cardstock to build your stash. 80-pound weight, so a nice standard cardstock weight, not so heavy for card bases. If you want card bases, I do recommend you go up a little bit more. I believe the My Colors cardstock is a little bit heavier. Is that correct, Matt? In the bulk packs?
No.
No? Okay.
Well, there is heavyweight.
There is the heavyweight.
They should stick with Cougar or Nina.
Okay, Cougar or Nina, or the heavyweight from Gina. Anyway, that is 12 by 12. We talked about card bases. Speaking of, we've got little glue bottles. Perfect for if you want that fine nozzle, or if you have a specialty glue, or you want to take one of your big refills and split it up into smaller little bottles for travel or for different purposes. That's super fun and super easy. And so now we have card makers, we've had scrapbookers. Now for our mixed media peeps specialty. So we have watercolor paper. And look, that's all I'm going to say. Spelled right. Watercolor paper. This is a 140-pound watercolor. It is great for wet media like acrylics, oils, watercolors, cold pressed texture. I personally have not opened it up yet, so we'll have to give you some photos once we've got that. 9 by 12 format, 12 sheets in that pad. We have a mixed media spiral bound journal. 98 pounds, 9 by 12, 50 sheets, all the mixed media things. And I know Chris was super excited about this. Canvas, sheets of canvas. So if you want something that is even heavier, they're calling it a 280 GSM, 9 by 12, 10 sheets. So if you want to have even more of that, so almost like a painting canvas, just without the wooden frame. These are just pieces of canvas. And these are new. These are brand new from this brand, from Prism Studio, brand new to us. So when you try them out, let us know what you think. And that is a perfect segue into my last hurrah for tonight. And actually, I'm going to leave the mixed media stuff for the end. We have new stuff from Hero Arts. Big stack here. So bear with me, and we will be oohing and awing as things go along. Are there any questions so far, Matt? I'm not seeing comments very well, but
no, everybody's very, very quiet. I think they're all sitting on the patio having a drink.
Is it patio night tonight, people? Let us know what you think of this stuff. Give us some thumbs up. Give us some love. And these are some new goodies from Hero Arts. This is from their summer release. And these are some beautiful samples that were created for us using some of the great new products. There's some new hot foil plates. There's some new dies. Look at that butterfly, like just absolutely stunning. So some of the elements that are shown here on this board, there is this magnolia branches hot foil plate. And then there is the peony. So and then there's the confetti one as well. This one, yeah, large circle confetti. So 3 brand new hot foil plates. Stunning in the gold here, but wouldn't these look awesome? At least this one in rainbow. Maybe do this one in white on like a navy background. And then this one is just absolutely stunning. So it'd be really great for coloring or watercolor painting. We have this is a stamp and cut. So you've got the word together as a die, and then some really awesome, empowering, amazing sentiments. So stand strong, we shine brighter, life is better, we can do anything, create a better world, and so much more. So you see that there. I think I've shown you these before, but we've got the together here on this watercolor card, like so. So great way to use that die and some of the different little sentiments that go with it. Darlene, did you make some with that one? I'm not sure if he did. Hold on. Darlene made us some great little samples as well. Here we go. So if you want to just really simplify it, that's a great one too, with some of our Miri cardstock as well. Really, really fun. So that's from the board program, but there's more. There is a script rubber stamp. This one is simply called Positive Script Bold Prints. You are valuable. Great things take time. It's okay to take a break. You're capable of so much more than you think. You are strong and brave.
You can actually read the script.
This one, you can actually read the script. And, this would be really cool if you just ever did a really nice blended background, maybe pop this in some nice black ink, and it'd just be really, really stunning. So that is just phase one. What else have we got here? This one here, I love this one. I think this would be super fun to watercolor or Copic color with. It is called Beautiful Day. Comes with the coordinating die as well. Mixed Media Peeps. This one, I know people have had their eye on this one for a little while. If you remember back from the trade show, this is what we used with the Hero Make and Take. And you saw Matt.
Oh, is that mine?
This is Matt's stamp.
Oh, okay.
So this is the one that Matt used on that mixed media tag that he created. So lots of really great mark making elements here. You get a lot of use out of it. And stamp, stamp, stamp. We have another strip die to go with, strip stamp.
You need a drink?
Do I need a drink? I think I do need a drink, but we'll stick with water for right now. So again, really empowering, lots of great things. Big things often have small beginnings. Drink the coffee, then do the things. I need that in big, bold letters above my desk. Kindness changes everything. It always takes a little rain to make a rainbow. Darlene's got some really cool ideas on doing some samples with these, so she's going to be working on that. This one here too. This one is super cool. It's kind of got a little chevron pattern in the stamps, and oops, I've got too many. Oh, here we go. No, we don't have that one. Whoops. Now they're dropping on the floor. Look how beautiful that is.
Kind of plays funkiness with your eyes.
Does do a little bit of tricks with your eyes, but if you use nice soft ink, so these are all Hero Reactive inks that Darlene has stamped with, pop up certain words. This would make a great graduation card. Very colorful, beautiful rainbow colors. So thank you, Darlene, for making those beautiful samples. This one is a journaling stamp. Essential journaling. So again, great for those of you who would do the mini albums. You can even add these to scrapbook layouts and some great little mark making pieces as well. There is an alphabet. Both stamp and die. This one is called Luggage Lowercase. And then the Luggage Lowercase dies. And I should have one more beautiful sample from Darlene that mixes some of those. So hello, drink the coffee, then do the things. And we do have this stencil coming up as well. What do you think this is for? This is called Weaving Fancy Die. And I should have brought home the catalog, but this just cuts little strips for you so that you can create a basket weave type treatment with it. And if you notice, it only cuts out every other strip. So it gives you that ability to do a great little weaving format. This one here, I think I have a sample for. I do. So this one is called Collage Window Fancy Die. Isn't that fancy? Look how pretty this one is. So instead of sending a make and take, Libby actually made us cards for our trade show back in March. But look how pretty and how simple that is. Again, with that together stamp as well. Now, I know when I showed my watercolor cards way back when we got back from the trade show and showing this one as well from Darlene, lots of people really liked these circles. And guess what? They're circles and they're squares. So these are called Square Set Fancy Die and Circle Set Fancy Die. Not hard.
Real complex.
Real complex, but you know, could be easy to get confused. But these create these beautiful rays, almost like a sunburst. I also saw a sample where they cut out the paper using the square, then use just a regular circle to cut it out again. So you're mixing your shapes as well. These are definitely fun and are staying in my collection. We have this one here. It's called Journaling Photo Frame. It is an infinity set. So it comes down from a great big one here. This one is actually, what does it say?
It may not.
3.2 inches by 4.4 inches. I almost wonder if that's more of the opening, because this certainly looks like bigger than 3 by 4. But great little Polaroid type frames that you can use for all your memory keeping. The smaller ones would be super fun on a card as well. Speaking of infinity, we have the Build a Flower Infinity. Lots of great layers here that you could make a stunning 3-dimensional flower, or just use them to make a flat flower for a card base. Again, quite large, so it might be branching off the side. And then we have some bold prints, which are their large background red rubber. This one's my favorite. Again, another one to play tricks with your eyes. I'm not even going to do that one. That one is called Zigzag Texture. Camera can't handle it. This one is also great. This one is called Wave Pattern. So very tranquil, a little bit busy. And then your very true kind of mixed media one called Rough Dot Bold. And that's what was used on this watercolor one here. What they did is they stamped and embossed it for us in white embossing ink, or embossing powder. And then we added the fluorescent water, the neon watercolor on top to make this beautiful, beautiful background. Second last but not least, some new stencils. We've got, this one is the flowers that was used on this card here. Beautiful, beautiful florals in a layered stencil. And then these are standalone single layer, so polka dots. This one is Ornate Flourish. And then this one matches up with Darlene's card here. It is called Stacked Circles. So lots and lots of great stencil varieties. Second last thing here on the hero page is our hero transfers. So some great little florals and some beautiful butterflies. If you want something that maybe is a little bit more bright and colorful compared to some of the muted ones from 49 to Market, not counting the gardenia ones, but these are more of your primary, your bolder colors versus the rainbow colors in gardenia. The hero rub-ons are absolutely phenomenal. All right. That leaves one more thing. Do we still have time? How are we for time? My watch is dead. My iPad is dead.
48 minutes.
I'm at 48 minutes, so I got to make this quick.
Yep.
All right. Two-tone spray. And you're like, what the heck is two-tone spray? It's super fun. Super fun. This is what you come out with. So if you remember a few years ago, we carried pixie powders, and you could do some mixed media stuff with it. These are basically powders that you add your own water to and make a spray. But there are so many more techniques, and I absolutely can't get through it in the next 2 minutes when Matt cuts me off. But we're going to share a video in the newsletter tomorrow that has some amazing techniques on these. And I do have one. I do have one here, and this one is a mystery one because they didn't put a label on it. This was I don't want to call it a prototype, but this was an early one that we got at the trade show. I suspect it's the purple one, but we're going to find out. We are going to find out. I'm going to bring my actual paper out here. And let me show you what this is all about. Well, I've got a mess here, but that's okay. So there are 5 different colors so far. And when you take your cap off, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. There is a powder inside, and it's just kind of in like the little bottom oops, sorry, come over here on camera. Maybe the bottom half an inch is filled with powder. And that's all there is to this. And you can tap out the powder and you can do watercolor. You can add some water and do watercolor techniques with it. You can mix it with paste. So the video that we share with you, you'll hear the lady say, buy two. Because one you may want to keep as a powder to do various techniques. And then the other one, what you're going to do is you are going to fill it with water. Now, typically, I'd probably just go to the tap and do this, but because I can't take you into my bathroom with me, I've got my funnel and I'm just going to add a little bit of water. You at maximum, you want to do about 3/4 full. You may even want to do a little bit less. The less water, the more intense this is going to be. Let me grab some paper towel. Good thing I have my paper towel behind me, and I was right. This is purple. This is purple. So I'm now going to take this and I'm going to shaky, shaky, wakey, wakey. Look at how beautiful that.
Wow.
It just takes off.
Magic color changing
It is
powder.
magic color changing powder, and there is lots of gold. So all of these, except for one option. So the yellow is yellow and copper. All the rest have gold layers to it as well. And under here, I have some paper that I cut ahead of time. So I've got white and I've got black. And at the very basic level, let's just go get it going. Ooh, look at that. Okay. And that's literally just spraying it on. There's a whole bunch of techniques that you can do with this.
Oh.
So this has this is where the gold is really coming through with just little hits of purple here in the center, or you've got your white one here. And as it dries, you've got those elements of gold as well. And like I said, so I've got this little bit here. Do I have a watercolor brush? So I can just take this and paint with it as well. And it does have this beautiful, beautiful shimmer to it. And the more water you add to it, the less intense that color gets. So if you are going to just have the one bottle in each color and add the water to it, my recommendation is that you only do a little bit of water. And then if you want it lighter, you can go back in and thin it out and lighten it up. Now it does dry really fast. This over here is already dry. Well, maybe a little bit of gold coming through, but the purple is dry. But then you can go in and you can add more water. Then as that dries, you can add more spray. You can mix your colors. The lady on the video, I believe her name was Dana Joy. She mixed the purple and the fuchsia together. She was mixing the gold and the green together, but that ocean would be beautiful as well. So if you need some spring shimmer, I mean, this would look stunning on that infinity flower. If you were to just create a whole bunch of spray backgrounds, then cut it out of that infinity flower. This guy here. Oh, the fun we could have.
Really?
All right. So I've taken up enough of your beautiful evening. Go enjoy the last rays of sunshine for the day. We've shown you lots of stuff, pretty stuff, foundational stuff, stuff for card makers, scrapbookers, mixed media people, all the things. And hopefully that inspires you to get a little crafty if the day turns out to be not so sunny throughout the rest of the week. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Don't forget to look for tomorrow's newsletter. Don't forget to go and like that Great Ontario Shop Hop Facebook page and watch for all the details of all the great stuff that's coming. Have a good night.